Welcome, everyone, to another episode of Cappuccino and Croissants, your go to podcast for dissecting pop culture with a dash of sarcasm and a hefty dose of caffeine. Today, we're diving into the most extravagant event of the year, the Met Gala 2024. You know, that night where celebrities outdo each other in outrageous outfits to dominate Instagram and leave the rest of us wondering how anyone can spend so much money to look like a piece of modern art. Or a bedside lamp, depending on your taste. The Met Gala is the Super Bowl of fashion, the Oscars of sartorial insanity, and this year did not disappoint. But behind the glitz and glamour lie some much darker and more intriguing dynamics. We'll talk about the often questionable treatment of celebrities by paparazzi, those photo hunters who stalk stars as if they were playing a very lucrative game of Pokemon Go. We'll also delve into the recent scandal involving Stray Kids, my personal favish. Those K-pop idols who found themselves under the spotlight for reasons far less glamorous. And finally, we'll dive into the strange and fascinating world of stans, those obsessive fans whose devotion sometimes crosses the line from simple admiration to full-blown fixation. Think your tendency to stalk your crush on Instagram is a problem? Wait till you hear how far some people can go. So, settle in with your frothy cappuccino and a warm croissant. Because we've got a lineup as packed as Kim Kardashian's schedule during Fashion Week. This episode promises to make you laugh, think, and maybe even question our celebrity-obsessed society. This year's theme, Sleeping Beauty's Reawakening Fashion, focused on reinterpreting historical garments with elements inspired by nature. The night was marked by outfits that looked straight out of fairy tales. Zendaya dazzled everyone with not one, but two spectacular arrivals on the red carpet. Cardi B also turned heads with a skirt so grand that it required 7 people to help her move. Lana Del Rey, on the other hand, opted for a gothic romantic look, reminiscent of a tragic heroine from a Victorian novel. Some celebrities literally stole the show. The couple Rita Ora and Taika Waititi made a splash with matching outfits, with Rita's dress even featuring pearls dating back to the 1st and 2nd centuries BC. The Met Gala isn't just a party for the rich and famous. It significantly shapes fashion trends and influences pop culture. Each year, the Met Gala sets new standards for creativity and innovation in fashion. The bold themes and extravagant executions push the boundaries of what fashion can be, inspiring designers worldwide to innovate. We often see the ripple effects of these events in the collections of the following seasons, and in popular trends on platforms like TikTok and Instagram. Compared to previous editions, the Met Gala 2024 once again proved it is at the forefront of innovation. While past themes like Camp Notes on Fashion or Heavenly Bodies, fashion and the Catholic imagination had already pushed the boundaries. This year really emphasized the fusion of the old and the new. The paparazzi. These modern-day hunters whose prey is the celebrities of our time. Originating from Italy, paparazzi derived their name from paparazzo, a character in Fellini's film La Dolce Vita. Back then, they were seen as bold photographers, chasing stars to capture intimate moments. But over time, their approach has become increasingly intrusive. Since the late 90s and early 2000s, paparazzi have been omnipresent, ready to do anything to get the snapshot that will make the tabloid headlines, often at the expense of celebrities' privacy and safety. The history of paparazzi is marked by scandalous moments. We all remember Princess Diana, whose tragic death in 1997 was partly caused by a frantic pursuit with paparazzi. In the early 2000s, Britney Spears experienced a descent into hell under the merciless gaze of cameras, culminating in the Umbrella incident in 2007. These events highlighted the immense pressure celebrities face, often pushed to their limits by unscrupulous photographers. And that brings us to the Met Gala 2024. This grand fashion event was tarnished by paparazzi behavior during the first appearance of an entire group of K-pop on the Met steps, Stray Kids. Invited by Tommy Hilfiger, they graced the red carpet in bold outfits, full of details showcasing each of their individual styles while creating a harmony that recognized the designer's unique touch. However, this moment of glory quickly turned into a nightmare. Videos show paparazzi openly mocking the group members, labeling them robots and encouraging them to perform or jump like animals. This racist and degrading behavior immediately sparked outrage on social media. Stray Kids fans, known for their fierce loyalty, me included, flooded social media with messages of support and anger. The hashtag #RespectStrayKids quickly exploded, as did videos on various platforms of angry stays. MB. It's the Stray Kids fandom name, denouncing the paparazzi behavior and calling for sanctions. The psychological impact of this treatment is profound and often devastating. Many celebrities have openly spoken about the detrimental effects of media pressure on their mental health. Meghan Markle, for example, has shared her struggles with depression and anxiety, exacerbated by the incessant attention of tabloid media. Celebrities must constantly navigate between their public and private lives, often at a tremendous personal cost. Selena Gomez and Justin Bieber have also expressed their frustration with paparazzi pressure. Gomez has talked about her battles with depression and anxiety, worsened by constant media attention. Bieber, on the other hand, has described how constant surveillance has led him to self-destructive behaviors. The consequences go beyond daily stress. Constant intrusion can lead to mood disorders, generalized anxiety, and even panic attacks. Some, like singer Sia, have chosen to conceal their public appearance to escape this pressure. Celebrities live under a microscope, and every misstep, every moment of weakness is captured, shared, and judged by the public. It is crucial to recognize the profound psychological impact this can have on individuals and to question the boundaries of privacy in our celebrity-obsessed society. Let's start at the beginning. The term stan. It originates from Eminem's song Stan, released in 2000. In this track, Eminem tells the fictional story of an obsessed fan, Stan, who writes increasingly desperate letters to his idol. The character eventually descends into madness, even committing suicide and causing the death of his pregnant girlfriend. This dark narrative left a lasting impression, and the term stan became synonymous with obsessive fandom. Since then, the word has evolved. Nowadays, a stan refers to an extremely devoted fan, sometimes bordering on obsession, willing to defend and support their idol at all costs. This linguistic evolution demonstrates how a simple song could influence pop culture and our way of talking about fans. Examples of stans abound, and some incidents are particularly striking. Let's take the case of Taylor Swift. In 2019, an obsessed fan was arrested after breaking into her home, claiming he wanted to marry her. Unfortunately, this type of behavior is not uncommon among celebrities. K-pop groups like BTS are not spared either. BTS members have been stalked by fans known as sasaengs, who go as far as tracking their idols at airport, stealing their personal belongings, and even booking flights on the same planes to approach them. More recently, in 2024, a fan went to the address of Lino's parent, a member of Stray Kids, showing how obsession can become intrusive and dangerous. To understand this phenomenon, it's essential to delve into the psychology of stans. Indeed, some individuals maintain distant or fantasized relationships out of fear of commitment and suffering in real relationships. This fear can be deeply rooted in past experiences of rejection, betrayal, or emotional pain, leading them to avoid direct interactions and genuine emotional connections. By turning to relationships with authority figures or inaccessible celebrities, these individuals seek a sense of emotional security without the perceived risks of ordinary interpersonal relationships. This tendency can also be fueled by anxiety disorders, such as fear of abandonment or social anxiety, making it difficult to establish intimate and authentic relationships. These virtual or fantasized relationships can serve as an adaptation mechanism to manage emotional distress and maintain a secure distance from others. However, this avoidance strategy can also lead to increased social isolation and difficulty developing authentic and fulfilling bonds. A disorder often associated with this behavior is erotomania, a condition where the individual wrongly believes that a person, often a celebrity, is in love with them. This illusion can lead to intrusive and dangerous behaviors, such as harassment. However, erotomania is just one facet of the problem. Stans can also suffer from obsessive compulsive disorders, OCD, where the object of their obsession is celebrity. This obsession becomes a central part of their life, affecting their mental and emotional well-being. On the other hand, these behaviors can have devastating effects on targeted celebrities who must live under constant surveillance, affecting their mental health and sense of security. Social media plays a crucial role in amplifying this phenomenon. On Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, fans can follow their idols' every move, comment in real time, and organize support or defense campaigns. While these platforms allow for some proximity to stars, they also exacerbate obsessive behaviors. For example, Twitter wars between different fan bases are common, where fans fight to defend their idol's honor against critics or rival fans. This creates a toxic environment where escalation and hypervigilance become the norm. Additionally, apps like Bubble JYP or Instagram subscription provide fans with even more direct access to their idols, allowing them to engage in virtual interactions and receive exclusive content. While these apps may seem harmless on the surface, they can further fuel obsessive tendencies and blur the lines between fantasy and reality for vulnerable individuals. Moreover, these platforms often foster a sense of entitlement among stans, granting them almost a direct right over the celebrity. This creates a social hierarchy among fans, leading to toxic behaviors within fandoms as they vie for recognition and validation from their idols. In conclusion, the phenomenon of stans is complex, rooted in deep psychological needs, and amplified by today's digital culture. It is crucial to understand these dynamics better to grasp the dangers they pose, both for fans and celebrities. Erotomania, also known as Clérambault's syndrome, is a delusional disorder where the individual firmly believes that another person, often a figure of power or a celebrity, is in love with them. This disorder was first described by the French psychiatrist Gaëtan de Clérambault and is characterized by fixed and unfounded beliefs of reciprocal love despite the absence of objective evidence. Historically, erotomania has been documented since the time of Hippocrates. A famous example is that of John Hinckley Jr., who attempted to assassinate President Ronald Reagan to gain the attention of actress Jodie Foster. More recently, television host David Letterman and ESPN correspondent Erin Andrews have been harassed by individuals suffering from erotomania, leading to very concerning stalking behaviors. Celebrities targeted by erotomanic individuals can suffer severe psychological and physical consequences. This type of media harassment can exacerbate mental health issues among celebrities, who constantly feel surveilled and in danger. The dynamics between celebrities and their fans can be amplified by social media, creating fertile ground for erotomania. Social media provides an illusory closeness to celebrities, reinforcing delusions of reciprocal love in some fans. This perceived proximity can trigger obsessive behaviors and elaborate fantasies in vulnerable individuals. Erotomania is a complex and devastating disorder that highlights the dangers of obsession and celebrity worship in our contemporary society. Media dynamics and social networks amplify these behaviors, making the management of this disorder even more critical for the mental health of celebrities, their families, and loved ones, as well as their fans. And there you have it, folks. Our exploration of the Met Gala 2024, intrusive paparazzi, and the phenomenon of stans comes to a close. We've sailed through the glitz and drama of the most glamorous night of the year, delved into the dark underbelly of paparazzi culture, and dissected extreme fan obsession through the lens of erotomania. For our next episode, get ready to dive into the world of superheroes. We'll explore why these films continue to captivate audiences, how they reflect our societies, and respond to our deepest aspirations. Expect a nostalgic and insightful analysis. Don't forget to follow us on social media, leave your comments, and suggest topics for upcoming episodes. Your feedback is invaluable, and we're eager to hear your ideas. So until then, stay tuned, stay curious, and above all, don't forget to grab a good cappuccino and a fresh croissant while you wait for our next rendezvous for another dose of pop culture and reflection. Remember, stay curious, stay critical, and most importantly, stay true to yourselves. Until next time, with a cappuccino in hand and a freshly baked croissant. All right, take care.